What's up, Brawlers? Deathblow here, back again with another coaching video. I want to give a big shout out to Celicro, who submitted this video and this game for me to review and to coach. I really appreciate it. He's a noble player, as you can see on the screen here. We're going to be watching him play Wonder Waddle. Before we do, I want to thank everybody that entered the giveaway that I had going. It is over, so there's no more submissions. The 5 winners have been contacted, so check your email, check your DMs on Twitter. Actually, I think it's just the emails that are still pending. Everybody else has gotten back to me, and it's actually possible the emails have too, and I just haven't seen it yet. So congratulations to everybody that won their 4,000 dust. I do have a couple more codes left, so we might do another one in a little bit, or they might go up as prizes for tournaments in the near future. So appreciate everybody for entering, helping grow the community. A lot of subscribers and a lot of Discord joins came from that, so I really appreciate it. And one more thing before we get into the video. It's been a while since I've done one of these, and that's because it's been a while since one's been submitted. If you want to have your games coached or looked at, join the Discord, record your games using whatever software you prefer, upload it to Google Drive or to YouTube, and then drop it in a link in the coaching submissions channel in the Discord. Gotten to every single one of them so far, and at least been able to, DM my feedback or my advice. And yeah, every other one's been made into a video. So there's a very high likelihood I'll get to yours if you get it submitted, and I'll try to at least watch and give feedback on every single one of them for as long as I can, assuming there's not so many submissions that I no longer have time to play the game. So let's get right into this Wonder Waddle game. Now, I have seen this game once already. I recorded, and I thought I recorded, and I watched the game, I did all my commentary, and I just wasn't actually recording. So I have a little insight here. The first thing I want to say is always better to buy the egg and then use the shard on it. If you get a kitty cut purse, it's a 2-2. Really, anything you get is going to be bigger. And as we'll see here, it would have been the difference in winning that combat. Skipped a little too far. But yeah, it would have won this combat. Not a big deal, but a couple extra damage on the Geppetto. Never hurt anybody. I like your buys here on this turn. And I like your positioning as well. Normally you want to backline the Minotaur, but you also want to protect your kitty cut purse from being attacked if your opponent attacks first, and that's what this does. So I think that was a good choice there. Good draw. This turn, yeah. So you're gonna buy some eggs here, but you have to take this line, right? Like the Cinderella and the Frog Prince are way too good, and then these eggs are free. I'm using finger quotes when I say free, because they do cost 1 gold, but they'll sell for 1 gold in the future. So he does lock here, and that's good. I think that's the right call. But you do want to either hit the triple very quickly or look to get off of them and preserve some value before you get punished. So you win this round because of the egg. We'll be buying a second one, but I want to stop here, right? I would have played this turn very differently. Now, for those of you that don't know, whenever I post a dwarf video where I'm playing dwarves on my stream, Selly likes to pop up out of nowhere and make fun of me for playing dwarves. He doesn't like dwarves. But the signal is very clear here. So if you're just joking and it's something you're willing to play, I'm buying Princess White anytime I see it on the first turn of level 3, especially when it's paired with another dwarf. So in this instance, I might lock the doubly, but I think I would probably sell the Cinderella because I haven't cast any spells yet. It's such a long-term, maybe kind of wishful scenario that I would probably sell the Evella, buy the princess, the dwarf, and then I would use that shard on the egg and get off of the eggs, just to help preserve value. Now we're not going that route, and we're rolling instead. Rolling this early is iffy. I would probably cast the spell here as well. You can then, you very well might pick up a really good 3. I think the pig and the support are all pretty decent, viable grabs here. And then you're free to buy this mim if you don't hit it, or if you hit the mim, you could maybe sell something to pick up one of the other 3s or something like that. So that's probably the route I'm going. Or you'd have to sell 2 things, so that probably would have been out of your reach. But yeah, I probably would have tried to hit the spell just with a decent chance to hit one of these 3s. I also think you can sell your Minotaur there and hit that spell as well. That would have been a decent option. Yeah, you can't sell to buy that egg, but this is a rough spot. Maybe because I already know what happens. Spoiler alert, he loses the egg. Oh, that's right, I forgot. Loses both of you. That's a pretty rough tempo loss. But again, they were cheaper, so it's not as bad as it kind of looks on paper. You do win the round, you're still in good shape, but it's you were mostly forced into buying them in some capacity, which just really underlines how difficult it is for these cards to be any good in actuality. If one is good, right, a pair of them is good too, right? So buy the second Evil Witch. Even if it's not pumping, right? Like put this in the front line, put that in the back, or put this in the middle, put Mim on the far right, and then you're getting half value on the second Evil Witch. And then you get to cast that spell, and that spell is very, very good as well. It can hit a lot of very interesting, good options for you and give you some good value. So I think you're rolling a little bit too much in the early game here, but it is very nice to hit this adventurer, to reposition a little bit, and yeah, shape. I'm also very happy to play that Minotaur in the front line. It's not really doing a lot of pumping where you need to like protect it from its ability. So I think I would just throw it in the front, allow it to be pumped by the support, and yeah, put your Frog Prince in position 5, Cinderella in the back. Okay, so a rough combat, but we were able to get our experience, and that's kind of all that matters to me right now. So I'm definitely no reason to panic or anything like that. You're in good shape right now. Jumping Beans, just take some stats. The other ones aren't very good for you. I don't understand the reasoning behind that position swap right there. It's just kind of done quickly, and I don't know that you thought about it again afterwards. Slay early, right? Especially in between the 2 attack supports. It's just the way to go. Also, I'd gladly switch those 2. Yep, that position, that was correct. Again, you're still not really pumping much with the Minotaur, so just throw it in the front, allow it to pump your supports. I think you overthought that a little bit, especially going against the dead guy. Also means it doesn't matter, right? That position, he's already out. Everybody else is 20 plus. He just doesn't. I'd probably buy that adventurer, but it feels like one of those adventurers that I would buy and then never do anything with. I also would have used that spell. But you get yourself in a really good position here. This Medusa is a great purchase. I would also be selling these 2 in my hand in order to buy the queen. Okay. Don't sell this this evil witch, right? Like it's so much better than the Minotaur. I don't know why we're still keeping the Minotaur around. It no longer does anything or really has any value in my mind. So I would definitely be keeping the evil witch. Excellent. Yeah, I don't mind the play of pumping the adventurer either. Obviously, it's not a permanent pump. Since it's a minion, you're definitely going to be selling, but all things considered, I may have bought the Queen of Hearts, but it's not great. It's not like you have spawn minions or anything like that. So, positioning's pretty rough here. Lost my ability to pause. This position 4 Medusa is always wrong. It's also not getting any support pumps. Those allow it to kill the statue in the attack that transforms it. So you need to move this Medusa into position 2. There's no reason for this Frog Prince to stay here. It's just fine in position 4. It's fine in position 7 even. That might be the way I'd go, although that would be a evil queen in you know, kind of my timeline here. So you know, I'd be moving that to the middle, Mim to the right, and kind of moving this over to 4. So yeah, this positioning leaves a lot to be desired, and it makes your odds of winning this combat significantly lower. If your Medusa's ever in position 3 or 4, generally speaking, I feel like it should just be a different minion, better stats, because you're not going to get value out. I think that's the one, like this one time it's actually impactful in the combat, and I think you were going to win anyways, but Rotten Apple Tree is a great hit here. There's a lot of decent options and a lot of decent cards I would try to get value out of if I had them, so I think I'd fire off that spell. What is this Minotaur still doing? Losing it. All right, now we're level 5. We've got the Adventurer, so this is, I think, an optional experience spell, but I really like it. Listen, you're at 32 HP. You've got plenty of cushion. This all but, to my mind, guarantees, or really goes a long way to guaranteeing that you're going to hit level 6 this turn. All you've got to do is win combat or proc that Adventurer. Now you've got 2 paths to getting there. If you had a better option, I think you could really consider selling the Adventurer to make, if you could make your board significantly better, which you can't do, so it's just kind of good to take the redundancy. But yeah, I like the way that turn's shaken up for you. Really just the positioning is still bugging me on the Medusa, and then there's a lot of opportunities to get rid of that bad card in the back line there, that Minotaur. So if that was gone, we'd be in great shape. Well, more attacks from this Medusa, I think, than I remembered from my last time watching. And it's doing okay for you. Maybe that's why it doesn't get moved. But I don't think this is a spot where results prove anything here. You got to get that Medusa moved up. But a good win here against Geppetto. This is like the perfect Hercules. You're still wide open. You have no idea what you're actually going to be playing yet. We finally got the darn Minotaur off our board. I like this turn a lot. This was a very good turn for you. It's a very great way to spend one of your early 6 turns, right? Just putting in a ton of work towards the treasure. And you spread out a little bit, right? You really gave yourself options for the late game. You could go good boy, you could go scam comp, you could do a lot here. The only thing I think that's becoming closed off to you at this point is Slay. Just one of those things you should have been working on if you were going to play it, and you've shown no signs of it, so that's fine. It's not a critique, just a comment, really. Couldn't do it in one turn. That would have been sick. And we're going to lose this one, but again, It was just a very strong turn for you. He's got treasures that are very good for his hero specifically. He's just stronger right now. You'll be in a good spot. Now, again, I've seen this game. I know how this plays out. Buying this Bear Stain is correct, but committing to it's not. And I'm already off of it, right? Like, it is correct to buy it when you did. I'm leaving the Bear Stain forever behind because you have a full comp that you're staring at right now, right? Pump King, Oni King, Grumble Gore is a late game. You're almost done already, right? You have a Medusa, you have a Rotten Apple Tree. Those are very, very good in this composition. It's it. I'm done. I'm selling Bear Stain. I'm selling Adventurer. I'm buying Pump King, I think, right here. I'm getting the 2010 off my board. The Frog Prince is going. And the Hercules is the moment I upgrade it as well. I'm full committing to those 3 evil minions. I'm not going to spoil it for the viewers to say what actually happens here, but that's the line of play that I would be taking. Already nervous. Much better. We're on our way, right, chat? Locks and everything. Right, this is going to be a good round for us. We're just better in our comp than he is, even without getting any value from our Medusa. Just easy cleanup here. A free level 6 treasure. Okay. I have over 20 HP, and I'm looking at an ivory owl with 5 people alive. That's it. That's my decision. I'm taking that. Even with the Evil Eye, doubling your support bonuses is great with your current board. But again, I'm looking at an Oni King, looking at a Pump King, and I'm looking at, we already bought the Grumble Gore, right? So in my mind, those are 2 backline units that don't say support on them. So Evil Eye is going to get worse for us quick, as we're going to be down to just Grumble Gore in the back very, very soon. I'm taking the Ivory Owl. I'm letting it pump, 2 Sporkos. I'm letting it pump the Grumble Gore, and I'm just letting it do work over time in this game. And I feel like it's early enough that I can really justify that. So yeah, that's the one I'd pick. Takes the Evil Eye. Again, the best immediate impact, it's the card you buy in this situation if you have 5 HP. Okay? But with 25, trying to get first place, I'm being a little more conservative, or I'm being a little more long-term minded. And I'm not hard committing to this Bear Stain. Like, you're zeroed in from the moment you bought it. I don't think you considered for a moment playing anything else, like seriously considered it. You do some hover overs and you show that you see some combos and things like that as you're thinking through them. But I don't think you ever really consider leaving it, because I think you just run into this endgame monsters pumpkin composition that's super good. That's a really good lesson into why you don't bother trying to buy Mims or worry about level 2s this late into the game. The treasures stink. Nothing you get there is going to have a significant impact. Let me know in the comments if you can think of a level 2 that might be good for him. I think the only one that's any good this late is Hermes Boots. And I don't, especially with the Medusa in position 3, you just don't have any real reason to worry about that. Now, I'm gonna stop mentioning the pumpkin thing, because we're in animals now, and I want to kind of evaluate from that mindset going forward. I might mention it a little bit just to kind of highlight some things, but I'll be judging the decision making going forward on we're in animals, and we're trying to make that work as best we can. So with that in mind, I'm taking Reduplicator here. It's just going to give you extra bears, give you more summons, more things that get doubled. It's just all around, I think, the best option for a bear stain player, especially one that their only summon right now is a bear. That's the one I'm taking. Go with the other hand here. To me, this is a very low impact pick. It's something you only want with, like, if you were, if you'd seen Three Big Pigs by now, maybe that would be more in consideration. If you were playing Fairy Godmother and Peep, so you had Peeps around, something like that. I just don't see it as being impactful enough right now. It's also contributing to why your Medusa isn't in position 1, I believe. You're trying to get the bear to attack early and often to kind of spread that buff around, and I think that's correct, but it's just not the best thing you could be doing. Chop is a stinker. Another stinker. Yeah. You agree? I don't know that I buy that Medusa, I just really want to roll for animals. I don't think that really does enough. You'd had 4 extra gold from not buying that Medusa. You could have bought that Robin Hood. It's worth. Not great for you, but just a good card in general. And it keeps you open too, right? In case this becomes Good Boy instead of Bear Stain. To speed things along a little bit here. Can I increase play speed? I sure can. So we're going to ride this pause button. I'm going to try to do this a little faster as we're becoming a longer video than I want to be. Triple there's fine. If you got the parry, you might as well go for it. Ring of Rage. I like that option for what you're trying to become. Also puts a power on that Rotten Apple Tree right away. I would very much so consider sharding that Hercules. It's a little tough without knowing what you're going to put in there to replace it, but it just feels like it can't be bad. A bad decision there. So I think I would do it. So at this point, I just haven't seen any animals, right? I still don't have another bear. I still don't have another bear stain even. Like, I'm not making any progress on upgrading that. So I'm really looking to make a transition here. You lock, I knew that was coming. If I'm locking, I'm doing it for It Was All a Dream. I'm not doing it for this knighthood, right? I don't think with one bear, it's worth 12 gold in an entire turn to upgrade a bear stain. I'd much rather take a roll at a late game hero. A lot of those options are still available, but I guess you don't have, you're not even below 20 yet for like Morgan, so I would probably have just rolled that chop away. Hey, we got an attack with the Medusa. I feel like I should speed these up forever going forward. Okay, I can still move. Just needed to be in the window itself. Still learning these, bear with me. So yeah, now you're seeing that you're clearly competing with somebody. I think he's just got a better long-term plan with his composition than you do. So this is definitely, if you didn't just eliminate this guy, I think this would have been maybe your signal to transition. And I wonder if you'd have to tell me if beating that guy there made you feel like it was open again. That's a really nice hit. You have an upgraded Bearstain on your board. You've also got a Grumblegore, and you've got an upgraded Sporko, and their values are doubled. That might be the best spell you could possibly see, even on level 6 at Cat's Call. Don't roll that away. That is hands down a phenomenal purchase for you, and you would still have a Medusa around in case you did need to transition, or it's just a great throw in if you triple something or what have you. Another just better version of you. So again, this is screaming transition to me, though it might just be too late. But you do have 25 HP. I don't know. It's a tough call from this point. But I'd feel like if I tried to transition, I could still get second place even if I did it terribly, right? Because I need to survive one more combat, then I go against dead guy. And, you know, I can trust, I think, that Celestial Tiger to knock out Merlin. I can't. Great hit with the Shrivel there. Good kind of last second spell choice. Rotten Apple Tree is doing a ton of work for you in this lobby. Nice, able to take him down. I don't buy that. I don't think I ever spend 5 gold on something that I'm planning on getting off my board because of the good boy that I've already purchased. It's just, it feels wrong to me. It feels like my turn's over. Now it feels like I have to buy this Bearstain. And maybe I want the Bearstain because I think in your mind you're still pushing the animal comp here. But I just, yeah, like you don't even play it, right? So it feels like that turn was very wasted on things that didn't help you. Nothing went onto the board. You're going against dead guys, so that's not the worst, the worst plan in the world. But we know we're coming out of this needing to be significantly better than we just were in order to take down that Celestial Tiger. So I would have probably tried to see something more impactful here. Captain Croc is a great spell if you are playing Bearstain. I would just slap it on the bear here and be good to go. Pretty straightforward. It just doubles the stats. Another, summon that gets doubled. It's just a great choice. Boom. So at this point, I'm rocking 2 good boys. I'm doing whatever I can to buy that Robin Wood. I'm selling a non-upgraded Bearstain in my hand, and I'm probably getting off of Rotten Apple Tree. I'd be looking to get off of Grumblegore. Though I'd keep that in my hand. Maybe I can get the spell to turn it good. That sort of a thing. But things are definitely coming together now. It's a mirror match. I still don't know that we're better than he was last we saw him, but I would snap lock that spell. Good boys are great knighthood targets. It doesn't let you triple it, but I think I'd lock and see how close this is, right? Because if it's pretty close, I think I can flip it. Get blown out, we probably lose. And even then, without the treasure, it probably wouldn't have helped, right? So I don't know. Just my kind of my thoughts looking at how that played out. Yeah, I kind of think we could have flipped it. What did I just do? Bumping random keys on the keyboard is actually tragic for us here, chat. Okay. We're back in that turn. We just bought Smite. So sorry about that. Okay. There's your upgraded good boy. Now you cast your spell. So I guess you get a couple more rolls. But that's the argument to not... And it's the last round, right? Like, you have to approach 4-2 like it's the last round. So you're not locking here. But this spell is the argument to not cast this. Man, it's a tough call because you don't know that you're going to see the spell again. I also think Cupid is a phenomenal addition here. You know, he's got the Echo Wood in the back line that we'd love to hit early and get to kill itself. I might position one that Cupid. Drop, you know, Hercules to the back line and play Good Boy position 2 and 3. I think that might be kind of the way I approach this. Well, the spell did phenomenal work for you. It didn't hit the Echo Wood, but that's fine. It hit something that pumps the Echo Wood very significantly. Oh man, that was a coin flip. You were a coin flip away from winning this lobby. You said to me when you submitted this that you thought you could have won it. Absolutely could have. That was a rough beat right there. The spell was exactly what you needed. You made the right call with the spell. Just didn't pay off. So close. I get it. I'm not doing this personally, but I get it, right? You just saw how good going after the backline is. I'm going to try and hit that with Cupid, I think. But, so I like that you're taking a crack at disrupting the backline, knowing full well that the Echo Wood's what kills you. Now if you attack first, like you're giving yourself an out. You're trying to counter what your opponent's doing, and it's a slightly different way than I would have done it. But damn if I don't love that you tried it, you know? And it immediately didn't work. It blew up in your face. This combat's over. But I love that you gave it a shot, you know? That last turn right there may have been your best turn, right? Because it was the one where you were finally open. You were finally willing to do something other than Bearstain animals, you know, .deck, right? So I love that you got there eventually. You know, you went for it. It didn't work out for you. It wasn't good enough this time. Overall notes here, bud. I mean, you're not a high ranked player. And I think you played well above your rank in this game. So I think keep playing like this, keep thinking like this, especially at the end. I think that's a rare thing probably for your rank to really that critically examine what beat you in that short amount of time and try to think of something that can disrupt it and beat it and then to find it and execute it. You had it in your hand the whole time, I think, the right answer, but I think a lot of people undervalue Cupid. All things considered, but you know, this was like I said, a very, very good game. Keep these up, keep playing like this, and you're going to climb quickly from where you are. So I think you're in a very good spot. Just be a little more open-minded. Look for the signals in the early game that might want to push you into something, especially when you're trying to climb and rank up. You might not like dwarves, but I'm guessing that's more of a meme with me than it is an actual take or you know stance that you have where you like refuse to play it. But it was there for you, I think, in that game. Probably doesn't have a better outcome than this, right? And we didn't see the Lordies, but I don't really recall any dwarf players either, so maybe I just wasn't looking for them when they were coming up. And then even at level 6, right? You just be very open. Stay liquid, stay water, stay willing to flow into a different deck, a different build, a different composition. And I think you'll do a lot better closing out these lobbies and getting the wins. But like I said, you really clawed this one out, and you gave yourself a really good crack at getting the W. It just didn't come up this time. So it was a great game. Thank you all so much for tuning into the video. I really appreciate it. Please hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't. We're really trying to get to that 1,000 subscribers mark. We're getting very close, thanks to all the support from the community. Big thanks to LSV and Matt Nass and all the guys over there at Good Luck Games, Matt Place, Andrew Parney, all of you. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. The email came from LSV with the codes for the giveaway, but I know that was a gift from the entire team, and I appreciate it from every single one of you guys. And yeah, thank you all for tuning in. Really appreciate it. Send me your games. I really want to do more of these. I think it's great content. It helps me break things up a little bit too. You know, I'd be honest if I said there's no burnout and 5 gameplay videos a week, and I really do want to branch out. Once we hit 1,000 subscribers, we'll get into hero guides and things like that. But in the meantime, you know, I think we've gotten a lot of really good feedback, and there's a lot of good interaction and comments about these coaching videos. So I really hope you guys enjoy them. Until next time, see you in my lobbies, brawlers.